We're back.
Finally made it.
Yeah.
We're back home on Maui, and we're going to take you through every step we did on our pre-travel testing program.
And we had an issue, which I think is easily avoidable, and we're sharing all that with you here on this video.
Hi, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Erica.
And this is the Hawaii Vacation Guide.
All right, so where we are staying right now, there is one CVS testing location that does testing for Hawaii, and it books up really quickly in advance. So I am up early this morning to log on and try and get an appointment before anyone else does. Okay, I should also mention that the CVS testing that we're doing is $139. CVS does have free testing, but that's for people with exposure to COVID or symptoms, not for people who are voluntarily taking the test for travel. Got my confirmation.
We're also going, to be very specific, we are getting tested 71 hours prior to departure. We wanted to give ourselves as much time as possible to receive the results, because if you don't receive the results when you land in Hawaii, you do have to quarantine until you get the results in, submit them, and they have been reviewed by the state of Hawaii.
Manually reviewed.
Yeah, we've heard stories of people being in quarantine for 10 days waiting for a manual review. So hopefully that those issues have been worked out. Hawaii has hired more people to process, manually process people. Make sure when you are looking for a testing partner that you go through the trusted travel testing partners. There were some issues at the beginning. People were using non-approved travel partners and their results weren't valid. You might notice that there's an empty car seat with us. Henry's not coming with us. He's 2.5 years old. Kids under 5 do not need to be tested. So Henry is in the clear for this one. So we are lucky to have a CVS Minute Clinic just up the road here. It's just a 10-minute drive. But for people who don't live near a testing location, for any of the trusted travel testing partners, we have heard of people using the online testing. So they get mailed a package in the mail, they do it over Zoom or over Skype, and somebody watches, you know, to make sure they're doing it correctly.
Spit in the cup properly.
Yeah, and then they mail their test results, or they mail their samples out and get their test results.
But that comes with more risk because you got to mail it in. It's an extra step for it. One tip we heard is don't do it over the weekend because you just lose in days over the weekend. Yeah.
I know this testing stuff is really confusing. So if you do have questions, we actually made a complete full other video going over kind of how everything works. So we'll drop a link to that. So make sure you watch that video if you want kind of a step-by-step of how this whole thing works.
Because it's confusing. Since we have a little time at the drive-thru right now, so coming to Hawaii right now is kind of like a touchy time, right? The island's kind of battling two competing priorities. Number one is keeping everybody safe on the island, keeping their elderly safe, everybody at risk. Number two is unemployment's like record high right now because the tourist industry shut down. So the state's trying to weigh these two factors. So that's why it gets kind of confusing about all this pre-testing and everything that they need. But you just got to respect them. The state's doing what's best, trying to do what's best for both people right now. And that's why as a tourist, when you're coming over here, treat everybody with respect, follow the guidelines, and just like have a positive attitude about all this testing program. When you get to the islands, you gotta wear your mask, you have to do social distancing. They are taking it very seriously there. We've been there since March and before, and everybody wears their mask. It's a great culture of people being safe and looking out for each other. So when you come as a visitor, you gotta do that too.
Mahalo for your kokua and help you to prevent the spread of infectious disease.
Here we go, we're next.
And if you are coming out to Hawaii, anytime really, consider shopping small. So small businesses on Hawaii, just like everywhere else around the country, are hurting, like incredibly.
Okay, go ahead and grab your bags. Just don't open anything yet.
And when you're coming out, there are so many options to choose locally run and owned businesses. So you can choose great tour operators, great places to eat that are all just need your support right now.
So inside there's going to be an orange bag. Go ahead and grab the orange bag for me.
Okay.
Yep, and then inside of that bag there's going to be a test tube.
So if you don't have any ideas of, you know, where to go and what to do, head to our website, thehawaiivacationguide.com/shop-small, and we are compiling a list, some great small businesses that could really use your support right now.
All right, this is the pleasant part, right? Okay. Just to make sure I can do it. All right.
Just to put this out there, we are not taking a cut. There is no upside for us in this. We just really want to share the businesses that we love, and we hope that they stick around for a whole lot longer after this pandemic. Seems like it was unpleasant.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice. Whew, I got that deep. I want to make sure he passes this test so we can go back.
Just go ahead and drive up and I'll keep talking to you as you do that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Whew. All right. Well, that was done. Hopefully that works. Good morning. So good news. We got our test results back from CVS Pharmacy. Took them 44 hours. But we have some bad news.
Please hold for the next available representative.
It's the day before we're leaving. We just got our minute clinic results, and we took our test in Pacific time zone, like 71 hours before departure. We got our test results back in less than 2 days, less than 48 hours, which is great. But our test results say we took the test in Eastern time zone, which would then make it like 74 hours before departure. And I don't know if Hawaii is gonna look at that and be like, no, you missed the cutoff by 2 hours, or if they'll be okay with it. But we're trying to get Minute Clinic to update it to the accurate test time zone so that we are golden, but I can't get through to anyone, so. Okay, thank you so much for your help, I appreciate it. So after an hour, oh my God, I'm just so frustrated. They can't change the time zone on our test or correctly display the time zone. She did tell me that somebody else had this problem going to Hawaii and they got rejected. So we're not messing around with quarantine and a 2-year-old. So we're gonna change all of our travel plans, I think, and fly through Seattle, spend a couple nights there and get tested through Alaska Airlines there, and yeah, just get to Hawaii a few days later.
The airplane's landed.
So we're waiting in the airport here in Santa Barbara, and we're flying to Seattle, and we're spending 2 nights in Seattle. So it might seem a little weird that we are flying all the way to Seattle just to go down to Hawaii, but we can only fly Alaska Airlines because they're the only airline that allows dogs in cabin to Hawaii because of the strict quarantine requirements the dogs have. So we had to find a flight on Alaska to Honolulu because that's where, because of timing, she needs to get checked on Oahu before we take her back home to Maui. And so with our issue with CVS, the fastest way for us to get home was to fly through Seattle, spend 2 nights actually in Seattle, and then fly out from there. But why I'm really happy about this is that Alaska Airlines has a partnership with Carbon Health in downtown Seattle. And so we're going tomorrow morning and getting our test done.
Oh, we made it, buddy.
Please keep your seatbelt on and your belongings.
And it should be fast. And then we get the results in 2 hours. So that's such peace of mind, right?
Why you did?
Oh man,
It's a tight seal, huh?
it's a tank seal.
Big sticker.
So we'll get our test results and then we're just gonna enjoy Seattle for the day and see a new place. Jordan's never been, so that should be fun.
So we made it to Seattle and we're heading to Carbon Health right now for round 2 of testing. So wish us luck.
And then the next morning we'll pack up and head on out to Hawaii.
It's a well-organized show.
Try to be. I'm so impressed. Hopefully with our negative test results in hand, and let's hope everything goes smoothly this time.
So this Carbon Health testing facility is only for Alaska Airlines. So this is really nice. We have a cold dog and a cold child. You get this testing done.
Let's go back to Hawaii. It's warm. It is like the easiest thing. That was amazing.
All right, so Carbon Health testing, here we go. All right, thanks. Whew. All right, that's quick. Thanks. 2 hours?
2 hours.
All right, thanks so much. Watering eyes, up the nose, but that was good. Cheese, cheese. Okay, we are the Hawaii vacation guide, not the Seattle vacation guide. But since we're in Seattle, we're gonna go to the original Starbucks at Pike's Place right now and do a little sightseeing. Because, you know, why not? We got a day to kill. Big line for Starbucks. Ooh, cool, first one. The original. Oh, we're such tourists.
That one.
That one right there? Okay, you got it, bud. Well, cool, buddy. Okay, we gave up too long of a line, but at least we got to see it.
Take exit 158 and keep right at the fork.
Good job, bud.
So we're really happy we did Carbon Health because we got the results in 13 minutes, and then we got the PDF sent to us and we uploaded that during the health questionnaire. And it was really easy to do. So we went to the Hawaii website last night, 24 hours before our flight departed, and filled out the health questionnaire, uploaded our negative COVID test, and we had to do 2 trips in the system. 1 trip from Seattle to Honolulu, and then a 2nd trip from Honolulu to Maui. So it's kind of like two trips and then 2 health questionnaires because you need a QR code for each one. It was really simple, worked well, no glitches, so fingers crossed, it should be all set. We got our QR codes with the negative COVID test, and we're ready to go, ready to get on the plane. So Hawaii recommends printing your negative COVID test, just so it might be more efficient when you go through security when you land. So we have that printed this morning. We also print our QR codes, just in case.
Look at that big airplane.
You ready to go home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a reminder, Hawaii is constantly looking at adding more pre-travel testing program providers for testing. So while we did the CVS Minute Clinic and Carbon Health, they're always adding more. So go to the Hawaii Tourism Authority for the update on all their latest partners and everything like that. Because this video is a snapshot in time. You ready to go home, buddy? Yeah. I can see it in your eyes.
And aloha, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you here to Honolulu. And folks, upon deplaning, please have a government-issued ID and QR code for the mandatory travel and health form.
So we made it to Honolulu. Interesting fact, since they started this pre-travel testing program late October, early November, they're getting about 8,000 visitors a day, 7,000 to 8,000. We're at the back of the line. It looks like it winds all the way around. And then over here is where they're doing each person's individual, checking their QR codes. Of those, about 1,000 are residents like us returning home. So that's why it's more than they thought they would get. That's why they're working on improving the program as they go. But it's incremental improvement. We got off the plane in Honolulu, and it was really easy with the QR codes. We had them on our phone. We even printed them because they recommend that just in case there's a problem with your phone. I mean, it's like a 30-minute line, but it went pretty smooth. It was nice.
It was actually a lot easier than I expected it to be. I was really nervous about this, especially with our mishap with CVS, but things were so smooth, so smooth.
Yeah, they had lots of tables set up, and it was just a nice 30-minute line. We scanned it. And then same in Maui too. They had lots of tables set up. We had a late flight, so there's no wait at all. But the ladies did say they do get busy there. But not a whole lot you can do anyways, right? Just gotta wait, have a positive attitude, and just get scanned, and then you're on your way to the beach.
They usually get long lines here. We got lucky.
All right, we did it. We made it through. We're through. Now that we're back, this is just the beginning. So check out all of our videos coming up on what's open on Maui. Because when you're planning your trip, you wanna know what's open right now, and the island is slowly opening up.
Yeah, and we will keep you up to date with all the rules, like the mask mandates that are here and social distancing rules, just so you know what to expect.
So you feel very comfortable when you're here and everybody else stays safe. Go to our website, thehawaiivacationguide.com/shop-small to see all the local businesses that you can support when you come out to the islands.
Because they need our love right now.
Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.
Hey!